Thank you. Welcome tonight, Solid Sports and Gaming Channels, Solid Sports Video Blog, episode 316. Today's date is November 6th, 2025. I'm Troy Westhead. Thank you so much for watching. Special time tonight. Usually don't do no evening shows, but work been hectic, and things going around me been crazy as well. Um, but I'm able to get somewhere to record peacefully tonight, be live tonight. So I thank you guys for being here and being patient with me throughout the week. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Uh, we're gonna do what we normally do, just at a different time. We got Thursday night football tonight. We got the Vegas Raiders against the Denver Broncos. We'll take a look at that and the rest of the NFL Week 10. We also are going to talk MLB. We look at back at the World Series. What a great World Series it was. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers winning the World Series in 7 games. Up and down series for both teams. Toronto hung in there. Had a 3-2 lead but couldn't hold on. Lost the last 2 games at home. Um, the 18 inning game was crazy. What Tony did. But it was a great series. Congratulations to Dodgers. Go back to back first time somebody did that since the 99 to the 98 99 2000 Yankees, who won it 3 in a row. We'll look back at that series real quick, and then we're gonna talk about the NBA. Second week of the NBA. The gambling scandal kind of died down a little bit, but other than that, we'll look at other news. Also, we'll look at the standings. Shout out to our man Caper. Um, his Bulls is doing good. The Bears are doing good. So shout out to him. He reached out to me, commented a couple of times. Salute to you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Um, thank you guys. Sorry I didn't announce the time. I was gonna. I announced 1 o'clock. I pretty much ain't get off work till 1 o'clock. Um, and then then I got home around 1, so I had to push it back again, and then luckily my brother's out of town, so it's quiet. So I was able to. I say I'll just do it in the evening, right before the game starts tonight, and get the game in. So uh, get the blog in. So I appreciate you guys being patient with that. I didn't announce it. I was going to announce it, but I didn't. I say I'd do 6 o'clock would be a good time. So, um, but I appreciate you guys though for being patient with me with that. Uh, so let's go ahead and get started. I know it's not a lot of baseball fans in the world. It seems like it's not done, but what a great World Series it was. Congratulations to the LA Dodgers. They do it again. Um, but they got the highest payroll, so you expect it. I mean, you expect them to win it. Uh, but they had some adversity in this series. They went down. Um, they lost the first game in Toronto. They bounced back, won game two. They won home. Had that crazy 18 inning game to go up 2-1, and then Toronto bounced back, win the next two, go home with two chances to clinch it, but couldn't do it. Um, and I said, well, I had the Dodgers all year long winning it, but in this series in particular, especially after Game 5, I was like, Toronto better go home and close it out, because if it go to Game 7, I like the Dodgers' chances, and they was able to get it done. So, um, like I said, Shohei Ohtani, he did what he did, but it was the Dodgers starting to put a Yorimoto, um, Clayton Kershaw turned back the clock a few times in this series. Um, the Dodgers started pitching was actually, but Toronto surprised me as well. Toronto started pitching was great throughout the whole playoffs, um, and that's why they got as far as they got. I thought Game 7 was interesting because I respect Max Scherzer, so I thought Max Scherzer will. Well, he pitched well. The game was tight. It went to 11 innings. Um, the big home run by Muncy, and then Will Smith in the 11th inning. And Toronto couldn't do anything in the bottom of 11th. So great win for the Dodgers. Um, like I said, I'm a baseball fan, so I always try to fit my baseball in. But we ain't gonna talk about baseball in a while unless something big happens, somebody move or something like that. So this will be the last time we talk about baseball in a while. We'll focus on the NBA and the NFL. But what a great season it was. Of course, my teams didn't make it. I'm from Baltimore, so I root for the Orioles, but I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. My Braves didn't make the playoffs. The Orioles didn't make the playoffs. So, but I still was interested to see what happens. But the Dodgers, congratulations to them. Even though you got the highest payroll, they'll always guarantee um, victory. But they got it done. I think if they keep this team together, they're going to be competitive for a while. We'll see if they what they do next year. The Blue Jays as well. I had the Blue Jays. Um, well, I don't think this year, but I believed in them, but then I was like, no, I guess it's just they just can't get over the hump. But they got us this far, so let's see what they do next year as well. But the AL East is so competitive. Boston's going to bounce back. The Yankees, if they get things together, they'll be there. I still like the Orioles. They're young. If they stay patient, Tampa always around as well. So that division it flips. You can have a different team from that division every year in the World Series. So the Blue Jays, we'll see what they made of. Can they bounce back and from this loss and build on it and maybe break through the ceiling this time? But it's going to be an interesting couple of years in that division in the AL East. Um, but it was a great World Series. So I just want to touch on it and recap it. Dodgers are your champions this season. We probably won't talk no more baseball, at least in a few months, probably build up to the regular season. Or, like I said, if something happens, a big trade or a big signing in free agency, that's the only time we'll probably touch on baseball. Um, but other than that, there's no other news, I don't think, in the MLB. Like I said, things is quiet now that the World Series is over with. Um, oh, let's see. My phone is acting up a little bit. Let's see. Well, this is my device that I look at my websites and stuff on. Yeah. Let's see. News. Yeah, nothing really to touch on. No major moves. So we're gonna move on to the NBA. What's up, Ahmad? I'm sorry, I was just wanted to get my point. Uh, I don't know what this other dude said, but I ain't gonna. It is what it is. I don't know if it's a negative comment or a positive one, but you're entitled to your opinion. So let me move on to the NBA. The NBA has been great. It's been great basketball. Well, I won't say great basketball, but if you like scoring, there's been a lot of scored. A lot of players been playing well. Look at what the Lakers doing without LeBron. It's a lot of storylines in the NBA right now. Sort of quiet the gambling thing for now, and I hope it does. Because like I said, that's a black eye for the NBA, but it sort of died down a little bit. Only new news I think I heard is Damon Jones said he's not guilty. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how that's going to work out for him. But we'll see. Of course, it's not going to go away. The more information come out, the more things will get rectified. I just hope it's not as bad uh, as they appear to be. So hopefully, because this is not good for the NBA right now. So hopefully that it sort of dies down. It's not as bad as they say it is. But when the FBI is involved, they don't play no games. They usually have a lot of information on you. So all right, well that's cool, bro. I mean, well you one of the three, so you can always go watch somebody that's have more viewers than me. So it is what it is. But you know, cool. Uh, So I would look at the Eastern Conference. standings. Like I said, it's still early, but I would say shout out to my man Caper again. His Bulls right now is number one in the East at 6-1. And that was a home and home with the Knicks, and they split. So Chicago not doing bad right now. Josh Giddey. I don't want to get into his background, but um, he's been playing well on the court, so um, can't can't knock him. So the Bulls are playing very very well. Hopefully they can keep it up. The East is wide open, so you just never know. Detroit at 6-2, hanging in there. The Knicks, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Philadelphia. I like what the Sixers have been doing. That kid, the rookie, he's been the guard. He's been playing very very well. The Bucks are right there also. Then you got Atlanta, Toronto, Miami at 4-4. So pretty tight. Like I said earlier in the season, so you expect this. Boston is sort of fought back. They started off slow, but they 4-5 now. Orlando, which is my pick for the East, 3-5, but it's early. Charlotte 3-5, and then you got Brooklyn, Indiana, Washington at all 1-7. The Pacers, like I said, didn't expect much from the Pacers this season, but they got off to an over 5 start. Brooklyn, they pretty much admitted that they taken, and the Wizards are just still the Wizards for now. So those three teams are not surprising that they're at the bottom, but it's still early in the season. But the biggest storyline of the East is definitely the Bulls to me. Shout out to my man Caper, bro. Yeah, man, you gotta, he's one of those fans that always, look for the worst. I don't know if the Bulls can keep this up. We talk about his Bears sometimes too. I don't know if the Bears can keep up what they're doing. But they're doing well right now. So you just ride that wave. And see, so we can go, especially the Bulls. I think the Bears, they gotta, it's too many good teams in the NFC. So maybe they a little, I don't want to say frauds, but I don't like their chances as much as I like the Bulls' chances in the East. I put it that way. If I had to tell them like which one to really fully get behind, I would get behind the Bulls more, just because the East is so wide open. But the Bears, like I said, I like the way the Bears have been playing as well. We'll talk about them when we get to the NFL, but the Bulls, they playing well. They beat some good teams. They ain't just beat teams they were supposed to beat. And like I said, Josh Giddey, the triple double the other day, he's playing very very well. And imagine he was on OKC. So the OKC would be even deeper if he was still there. And I think they just sort of let him go for nothing. I think because of the scandal, they pretty much let him walk. But look how deep OKC is now. They finally lost yesterday. Was it yesterday? Was it last night? To Portland? Yeah. Yeah, they lost to the Blazers last night. And they 8-1. They on top of the West. Lakers 7-2. Uh, LeBron drama. I I don't want to go as far as say that they don't need LeBron to come back because LeBron is still LeBron. You can, everybody, we can, you're a LeBron guy, Kobe guy, Jordan guy, whatever. But LeBron is one of the best players that ever played this game, regardless of what you think. I only thing I like about LeBron personally is his passive aggressiveness sometimes. Like, just say what's on your mind. I mean, even though it's hard to do that as an athlete, but I just wish he was more just say what he mean instead of let you, which is sort of strategic. So sometimes it works to let us, or I guess let the media determine what you mean. But I just like that's the only thing that irritates me about LeBron. But his game and all that, I mean, I put him up there with the greats. Some people go too far and say he's not as good as I ain't gonna go that far. Um,
It sounds like you're expressing a.
sorry. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Um, my phone is whack. I'm recording. I mean, I'm doing my live on my phone, and uh, that dago Gemini thing got activated. Let me check something real quick. But yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about LeBron. I think he needs to sometimes be a little straight up with certain things instead of letting people dictate um, what he's saying. I'm about to see if my sound is good on my end. I don't know why that thing popped up. It pops up randomly sometimes. Okay, let me see. My sound good? Test it, test it, test it. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. All right. So sorry about that. The daggone Gemini thing, whatever the hell that thing is. It's almost like what you call that thing? Uh, like like Siri and all that crap. You know, I don't, you know. Anyway, I got sort of sidetracked there. But yeah, the West, like I said, I like I said, LeBron. You know, I think the Lakers are playing very, very well. Austin Reeves, what a season he's having so far. Luka Doncic, I love Luka. I like the way he's been playing as well for the Lakers. So that he's been playing great. Missed a few games for injury, but he's played very, very well. Houston, Denver, Spurs. Spurs sort of started off hot, but they cooled off a little bit. Blazers with 5 wins. Warriors, they started off hot, but they 5-4. So Blazers with 3 losses. Denver, Houston, San Antonio 2 losses. Minnesota just got man back. Um, they even at 4-4. Clippers, Phoenix 3 wins. Clippers 4 losses. Phoenix 5 losses. They play each other tonight. That's the only game on the schedule for the NBA tonight. Then we got Kings, Jazz, Memphis Grizzlies. I'm gonna talk about them in a second. New Orleans Pelicans 2 wins. Dallas 2 wins. They got 6 losses. Um, like I said, the West also. I think the East is wide open. Like you really don't know who's going to come out the East at all. But the West, you know, certain teams are going to be there. I'm like OKC, um, and Denver. I mean, they two teams that you just solid. I'm strongly with the Warriors as well. I know they've been struggling the last few games. They didn't play Steph, and I think they benched pretty much. They whole started five almost the other night. Um, but I like them in the playoffs more. I don't think it's going to matter where they seated. The experience they got, they're going to be a problem in the postseason. Uh, but honestly, looking at the West now, the top 10, even though you know now the top 10 you got to play in and all that. I would say the ten teams that's in could possibly be your 10 teams that make it. Uh, we'll see what the Blazers is impressing me because you know the scandal and everything. They playing hard, so Um, I think somewhat that scandal sort of inspired them to play hard because you know if they start losing, then more they might get asked about it more. But now that they're winning, I think that helps. So for that sake, for that reason, I hope the Portland keep winning. But Drew Holiday is a great player. So I think they're going to be afloat. They're going to be definitely better than they were in the last few years. Um, Only team I see maybe resurrecting themselves is Dallas if they get healthy. They at the bottom of the West. Everybody else, I don't really see too much more improvement from. Um, so I think the Kings, I just think they bet so bad defensively. Utah, they too young, but I like the way they going. I mentioned the Grizzlies. I guess I'm gonna touch on the job and rat situation now. Uh, of course, last week he got suspended. Earlier this week, contract detrimental to the team. We don't still know all the details. But basically, you know, you saw the post game when he was basically saying, "Go ask the coaches why this. Go ask the coaches why that." Um, and I had my takes on Ja throughout his career. The gunplay stuff, and everything else. I mean, I guess as a fan, I just hope he turns it around because I love to see him play. He's a great player. But he has to change the way he's moving. Like that's just obvious. I don't know who in his head. I don't know if it's just everybody said maybe it's his friends. Some people blamed his dad. I don't know who it is, but he has to basically it sounds easier said than done. He's got to focus and just play basketball. Like whatever else he's doing, he got to stop doing it. Period. Or things are just going to go left. Some people already said Memphis is done with him. They ready to trade him. All that stuff. I don't know. Of course, I know it's suitors out there for him. I know that. I know he could be moved. I know he has value still, but I don't know. I don't know if it's I mean, you don't know what's on nobody's mind. So I don't know if it's is he frustrated because Memphis haven't won. I mean, he's been injured a lot also to go along with the suspicions he's had. So he's just missed a lot of time for whatever reason. They was a number two seed. What 2 years ago, 3 years ago? They was a second seed in the West. Um, they signed Jared Jackson Jr. to a big contract. They traded Desmond Bain. He's in Orlando. Um, Zach Edey, I don't know what's going on with him. I think he's still on the sideline. I think he's still. I think he was hurt to start the season. But this Grizzlies team, I think if he comes back and be anything like Ja, I think he's talented enough to carry them as far as he could carry them. But whatever it is going on with him off the court, he has to stop. He has to change his way he move. That's my only opinion on it. Um, basically, him and the coach basically don't see eye to eye right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I just wish the young man just get back into basketball or just leave all that other stuff alone. Not saying that's what it is, but he has it. Uh, he really has it. Seem like he's just ain't been focused on basketball. Even if, I mean, you could take highlights, but the highlights that I've seen, it seems like he don't seem like he's loving the game. Seem like he lost some love for the game to me, in my opinion. So that's my thought on Ja. Also, Zion is hurt again. Um, he just can't stay healthy. He lost weight and everything, but he got what is it, a hamstring? Something he's gonna be out for a week or so. Uh, I just feel a bit bad for him. Like I said, I try to stay away from off the court stuff, but he had some off the court stuff as well. That came out. Uh, and I just like I said, I just he has the talent to be a superstar. I don't know, it's been rumors that he wanted out of New Orleans. Um, and I don't know if that's true. But the Pelicans haven't, uh, you know, been due diligence either. So we got to put some of the blame on New Orleans as well. But uh, I'm just sad more than anything for him. Hopefully he can stay healthy and get back on the court soon. But it don't look good for the Pelicans. But when he plays great. He gives you 20 and 10 easily. He could jump out the gym. I'm glad he did get his weight down. But he still just can't stay healthy. So until further notice, it's gonna be tough for him. So uh, the Pelicans 2-6 start. Will he be on the traded block? Will somebody just go ahead, will New Orleans just start over, which I think they sort of need to do as a franchise. So it wouldn't surprise me if that finally happens. They move him and maybe get some draft picks and stuff to go around. Because I seen a post on somewhere. It was a Pelicans fan basically said, he like, they like the young talent that's there right now. So hopefully, they trade Zion, get younger, and just become competitive again. Maybe that happens. So we'll see. But I'm just upset for him. I just hope he get back on the court soon. So, all right. So that's the NBA. Thank you guys so much for being here. Um, 24 minutes in. We're gonna look at tonight's Thursday night football game. And then we're gonna look ahead to Sunday's games as well. Give a little quick preview. I have my NFL picks tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get them in as soon as I possibly can. Got a lot of run around. We'll be real busy tomorrow, but I gotta work in the morning and everything. But sometime in the afternoon, you'll see my NFL picks for the rest of this week. But I'm gonna pick tonight's game. We're gonna get deep into this game tonight. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Kickoff is about less than 2 hours away. Denver's at home. 7-2 start for the Broncos. Um, Denver been up and down. Been up and down. More up though at 7-2, of course. But a lot of people still don't believe in them. I got them number one in my power records right now. I just like how they finish in the fourth quarter. And they record. So I say, you know what? They deserve to be number one after Indy lost. The way they lost last week. Uh, Been in a lot of crazy games. Of course, the Broncos. You know, they played the Jets. That was close. They did lose to the Chargers. That's their loss. The other loss is let me see. They got two losses. So the Indianapolis by one. Um, so it's weird for me to have them in front of. That's why really right now, like I said, the way the NFL is so wide open. Um, but they did beat Philadelphia, so they got some good wins. But tonight's game in particular, I just don't think the Raiders just been sliding. Um, it seems like they just can't get their feet under them. I thought Gino would be better this season. Brock Bowers is back. That definitely made a difference. You see how they played last week, even though they lost in overtime to the Jags, but they looked a lot better with him on the field. Janty, the running back, the rookie on offense. Defensively, still got some improvement to do. But division games, they weird, and it's Thursday night, so anything's possible. But I'm gonna go with Denver tonight. 9-point favorites, 9.5. I think it's the spread. Um, yes, 9.5 Denver. Uh, I like I said, I like Denver this game. I don't know about covering. I'm gonna say the Raiders stopped them from covering. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say the Raiders keep it a little close. It's a Thursday night game. Denver been in a lot of close games lately, so maybe they do. But I don't think it'll be this week. I think they get by this game and win. Have they played? Is they this first meeting this year? Um, yeah. So this is their first meeting this season. So they play again in December the 7th. They play again. Um, so this is it's a big game for Denver tonight because even though Kansas City's sort of down right now, it's other teams in the AFC. Because I think if Denver get the one seed, I think they have a real shot in the postseason this year. Um, so uh, I think that them getting the one seed matters. So they better try to win as many games as they can. And get as far as away from Kansas City as you can. The Chargers right there with them as well. They already lost to them, so um, can't play around with this game. And I think they know that. I think they get the job done. But I think the Raiders. Um, I think they. I don't think they cover. I think the Raiders will make it maybe less than a touch. It'll be like a 6-point game, something like that. I'm gonna predict that for tonight. So I got Denver winning this game tonight. So tomorrow I had the rest of my picks for the rest of the week, but we still gonna go through. Excuse me, we still gonna go through the rest of week 10 games. Don't know who's on the bye off the top of my head, but I know some teams on the bye. Um, Speaking of the Colts, Sunday morning, um, the Berlin game in Germany, they faced the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons been now. You just want to talk about up and down. They've been an up and down team all year long at 3-5. I think the Colts bounce back and win this game. But I have my official pick tomorrow. Ravens at Vikings. My Ravens still a must. It's a must win until you get back in it. Vikings been playing up and down as well all year. Minnesota's not an easy place to play. But the Ravens are favorite. We'll see how that game goes. But that's an interesting game for me because I'm a Ravens fan. Browns at Jets. Browns didn't move anybody, but the Jets did. The Jets pretty much moved. You could argue they two best players, Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams on the D line. Um, Of course, Sauce going to the Colts. Speaking of that, and Williams going to Dallas. So sad news in Dallas. I'll touch on that when we get to the Cowboys game. But well, I got time to think about this game. But I think this game is a core flip. But I think the Browns defense is better. I would say that. Um, Browns is favorite 2.5 in the game. Jags at the Houston Texans. No CJ Stroud. He's out due to concussion protocol. Jags also been a funny team this year. Houston though got the number one defense. I saw that today. They got the number one defense in the NFL right now. So and it's a conference. I mean it's a division game. So um, that's gonna be an interesting game. Say the less. Bills at Dolphins. I expect the Bills to take care of business. Miami. Sort of seemed like they came back to life a little bit, but then they saw the Ravens Thursday night and wet the bed again. They is at home, but I think the Bills will take care of business. But I have my official pick tomorrow. Big game for both these teams. Buccaneers coming off a bye. They're at home against the New England Patriots. Drake May in the MVP conversation. Patriots are fourth for my power rankings. Buccaneers are fifth, so this is a big game for that. Um, I believe in Tampa. They play some this year. It seems like they got a lot of injuries though. A lot of injuries on offense. Baker's out there doing what he could do. But New England got to get them credit. I think this is a test though. I think this would if New England win this game, I think a little bit even more higher on them. Um, but since they first place in the East, I would have they gave them their props and put them fourth in my power rankings. But this is an interesting game. Both of these teams want to establish a postseason spot. I think this is a big game for both teams. Um, Probably one of the best games of the weekend. Giants at Bears. I was just talking about the Bears with my buddy Caper. Giants didn't really do anything at the trade deadline either. But a lot of injuries for them as well. But the Bears, this is a game you sort of supposed to win, quote unquote. So I want to see them do that. So Caper, um, if the Bears lose this game, then I will understand your negativity. I think they got to win this game if they want to really be serious about making the postseason. So my official pick tomorrow, like I said, Carolina Panthers hosted the New Orleans Saints. Saints 1-8. Panthers 5-4, which is a little bit of a surprise. Um, they said the offensive line and the running game has been great for the. I ain't seen the Panthers game this year. I've seen a few highlights here and there. Um, but Carolina, they hanging in there in the South. We'll see. They only a game and a half back of Tampa. They had they bye yet. Um, so that's the Buccaneers better keep winning because I think Carolina most likely going to win this game at home. Uh, Cardinals at Seahawks. Seahawks impressive performance Monday night against Washington, even though sorry about Jalen Daniels. Jalen Daniels, sorry, I'm having getting tongue tied a little bit. Uh, but Sam Donald was playing great. Now it's a little controversy with Kyler Murray again. They put him on IR. Is he really hurt? Jacoby Brissett been playing okay. Got him to win. So I think you know they've been saying maybe they should trade Kyler. I don't know what they're going to do. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep him or if they trade him. But the way things are going, it seems like the Cardinals are starting to lose faith in him, to say the least. I have my pick on that game tomorrow as well. Lions at Commanders. Lions need to bounce back. Big loss last week. Commanders. I think Commanders are pretty much done. Not just because of Jalen Daniels' injury. Just like I said, I just thought they sort of overachieved last year. I was trying to tell Commanders fan that. Yeah, they got a lot of injuries, so you can say it's the injuries. If everybody was healthy, things could be different. But I really don't think it'd be that much different if they was fully healthy. I honestly believe that. I just thought they overachieved, and they're gonna hit a wall. But they, like I said, I think they gonna get better as years go. I think Jalen is the answer. We'll see how if he can stay healthy, because now that's a question. If he does, Washington will be hanging around for years. Detroit, uh, only thing with the Lions, like I said, on offense, if you can get the Jared Goff, you make them, you pretty much bring them back down to earth. Defensively, though, they're a lot better. 800 shouldn't have doing this thing. But if you rattle Jared Goff, you got a chance to beat him, and that's what happened to them. So, um, but I think they bounce back this week. Rams at 49ers. Niners, another team hanging in there at 6-3. A lot of injuries. Not as strong as the collar thing, but Matt Jones and Brock Purdy sort of who's the guy. I think Brock deserves it, but Matt has played well. Rams quietly, Matthew Stafford having a monster season for the Rams in their offense. Davante Adams is turned back the clock. Puka Nakua been a little nicked up, but the Rams have been playing very, very well. Big game to keep pace in the West with Seattle. We'll see what happens in that game. I have my pick tomorrow. Steelers at Chargers. It's Sunday night football. I want to see the Steelers build on what they did last week. If they do, then I think they can maybe go far. Chargers sort of been sleepwalking to me, even though they're 6-3. They had some bumps and bruises as well. So a big game for both, for their division and for the AFC. Chargers at home, so we'll see. Even though that's not like home to them, this game it might be even because Steelers fans travel well. So I think the Chargers is gonna be like a neutral fight, and then Sunday night. But big game in the AFC. So we'll see who comes out on top on that. I get my pick tomorrow. And big Monday night game, big NFC game. Philadelphia Eagles on the road against the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna say this again about the Packers one more time. People probably think about Packers here. I just think they big crowd too much. Like you see the talent, they got talent. Jordan Love has played well overall. Defensively, getting Michael Parsons, he's flashed. It does what he does. Philly made some moves, some trades this week to bolster that defense. Um, I think Jalen Hurts now they got a chance to woosah him and AJ Brown. I think it will get back on the same page. Devontae Smith, Saquon broke out his shell for the season, so I think the Eagles are about to make a push, and I think it's going to start Monday night. I get my official pick tomorrow, but Green Bay, I think they might still make the playoffs, but I think people need to sort of slow down on Green Bay. Um, yeah, so that's my thoughts on week 10. As that's the last game, that's the Monday night game. So that's the last game of of week 10. Of course, we touched on the trades pretty much already. Um, but I was going to touch Dallas is on a bye this week then because they I didn't see them come up on the scoreboard because I was going to talk about the tragic news. Everybody probably heard by now. Um, Let me just make sure. 'Cause I don't think. Yeah, I think Dallas is off this week. Yeah, Dallas is on a bye. So, uh, the tragic news. Of the young man. Let me just pull up the information. I've been saying this off and on all day. Um, Marshall Keelan. That did at 24 years old. Um, self-inflicted gunshot wound. Um, it's no real new information. But it seemed like he was in a. They said, let me read it. According to Frisco, Texas police, the department responded. To assist the Texas Department of Public Safety with locating a vehicle that evaded troopers during a pursuit that entered the city at approximately 10:19 p.m. Central Time. So that's 11:39 my time. I'm on the East Coast. DPS troopers found Keeler's vehicle crashed on the southbound Dallas Parkway near Warren Parkway. I'm not familiar with Dallas, but if you are, you probably know. According to the report, Keeler fled the scene on foot. Oh, so he crashed his car. Officers searched the area to help with the K9 and drone units. Approximately 3 hours later, dang, so they ain't found him for 3 hours. He was found with apparent to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. During the course of the strikes, officers received information that clearly expressed suicidal indications, according to the report. Keelan's agent Jonathan Persley described his death, a pain I can hardly put into words. Wow. Um, I don't, I got personal, um, things with feeling that way. So, uh, that I don't know. I guess we're going to wait for more information. Because I was about to say, and I'm glad I didn't, even though I'm about to say it now anyway. Maybe I was thinking maybe he did something, or maybe hurt somebody, and then you know fled the scene and he was being chased. But I think basically he just you just never know what nobody going through. You can't go by uh can't go by anything. You know how a person feels. I mean how a person looks. How they because they was just saying in some of the article basically nobody can tell around the Cowboys. Um, but young man at 24, it's just sad. I know it's more resources now than ever was for suicide and depression and things of that nature. I suffer from it. Still do a little bit. I got it sort of I want to say stable. But I'm just sad just to hear the story. Of course, we have more information. I comment on it because, like I said, I've tried to commit suicide myself um, a few times. So that part I can understand, at least in that room. As far as his personal life, what he might have been going through in his life, I'm not, I don't know. So I'm not going to go there. But as far as just having that feeling, I get it. So I'm not going to touch it too much because YouTube also, I don't want to get my video, you know, but it's just a sad, sad story. And the more I want more information, then I probably really. As a matter of fact, I might go right rearrest my other channel, Open Book with Troy West. I was talking about my depression over there. So, but I want more information before I really give a full grasp of it, and I might touch on it again. But condolences to his family. I think they say he had a girlfriend. Um, so condolences to everybody. The Dallas Cowboys. Um, it was a sad story. So very very sad news there. All right, so they see the show got a little sad. I don't like talking about that. I mean, I like talking about it because I want to share it with people. Because somebody else might be struggling with depression or anything like that. But that story was very very sort of left field. Even though it happens more often than you think. Also, um, so I just hope his family somehow find peace with it. Far as with me, what keeps me going, honestly, at least now, for right now, even though sometimes I feel like nobody cares in a way, but at the same time, I feel like I just know that's not the right thing to do, and I don't want to either start a cycle or lead the example. Maybe somebody that I might not even know looks up to me and seeing that I did that, and they might go through something and feel like that's the first thing to do. No, So I just hope his family somehow find peace in that. Um, but if more information come out and I feel like I need to give my opinion on it, I will. I will. So other than that, that's it. That's it for the show tonight. Thank you guys for coming. Different time. Like I said, we usually come on at 10 a.m. is my normal time. Last week I went on at 1. I tried to go on at 1 again. I explained it. I just pretty much got home at 1. As days going around me, I couldn't record where I normally. I could go live where I normally go live at. But this week is unique. I had the space to do it, so I did it at this time. So, as far as the channel, I just did a Silent Hill F video. That's fresh and new. I might knock out a Ninja Gaiden video before I go ahead to go to bed. Tomorrow night, Friday night streams, we're premiering Outer Worlds 2. Even though I'm like a week behind, but we're gonna play that live tomorrow night. Can't wait for that. I'm very excited about that. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is coming the week after. And there's a lot of other games that's coming. So can't wait to get into that. So if you're in the game and this is also the place to be, and join me live tomorrow night for the Outer Worlds 2. My NFL picks tomorrow, like I said, it'll be sometime tomorrow afternoon once I get settled to get everything straight for the home and everything. Got a lot of errands to run tomorrow, so once I do that, uh, I put my picks out there. And it's like I said, some of the games this week I'm gonna have to really think about. But thank you guys so much. Even LKJM, he had a lot to say. Say I'm an amateur. Of course, I'm an amateur. I didn't say I was a professional. I'm a fan just like you. I don't look down on nobody, but you're entitled to your opinion, so you ain't offend me, brother. So glad you still came through to watch. Ahmad, thank you for saying hi. Um, but people like to just troll on the internet. I'm good with it. I ain't gonna take 2 seconds of it. He might be back next time I go live. He might be in my. Maybe he'll see my gaming tomorrow night. Appreciate you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I see you guys tomorrow night on Friday night streams. Outer Worlds 2. Look out for my NFL picks tomorrow. And look at the rest of my projects if you're interested. Definitely subscribe. Thanks for the 2 people that gave me a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm Troy West, and thank you so much. This was episode 316 of the Silent Sports video blog. Episode 317 will be next week. I would announce the time. I knew I threw off this time, but I will announce the official time next week. And I'll see you guys then. I'm Troy West, and thank you so much. Peace and love always. Thank you for the support.